Hi, I'm Cristina Victoria Villegas de Moreno, but my government name is Christine Villegas. I'm a Christian Latina who has worked in real estate development and commercial real estate for over 20 years, and in politics on both sides of the aisle before that for 15 years. I am super passionate about community, economic development, generational wealth, and I am so excited for this series.
And I'm Lesley Stevenson, a higher education professional in transition, searching for the next chapter in my life. As I navigate my own path, I felt called to take a deeper look at how faith and finances intersect. And that led us to create this podcast.
Welcome to our
21-day financial fast, where we embark on a journey to reset our relationship with money rooted in biblical principles.
In each episode, we'll explore how Scripture can guide us toward financial freedom, discipline, and trust in God's provision. Together, we'll reshape our relationship with money, growing as faithful stewards of what God has entrusted to us. All right, so welcome to day 2 of our 21-day financial fast. This chapter is called Develop Your Mind. And mind stands for money, intelligence, need, and discipline. We talked a lot about our mindsets and our backgrounds in day 1, but something else that's covered in this section is about discipline. It's the cornerstone of turning an idea into a reality. We must commit to making a change and stick with it regardless of how you feel. For those of us with ADHD, I get a little squirrely myself sometimes, take on a lot. The discipline is definitely a thing, right?
Right.
I'm self-employed, so if I'm not disciplined, my bills don't get paid. By the same token, there's certain things I just habitually don't love doing. Around my house, I don't love like mopping the floors.
Right.
Folding my laundry. There's like little things that you're just like, but you gotta do.
Look, it's taken me a month and a half to unpack.
Oh my goodness. Right. Right.
That much stuff. Oh gosh.
So, should we get into the nitty gritty of like what are our good financial habits and our bad financial habits?
Yeah.
Want to go there?
Yeah. So just kind of starting off, each of the days, they have a theme, a title, and then they start off with a scripture. And for day 2, the scripture is the simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. So for this day, for me, is all about intentionality, right? And that's where that discipline comes in, is really sitting down, evaluating and identifying for ourselves where we really need to build and hone that muscle or that skill set in recognizing what it is that we want out of our finances. What is it that we want our money to do for us?
Right. So what would you say are your bad habits and what are your good habits?
Oh, I would say, man, I'm really trying to work on like only focusing on the positive. And now this is like,
I think you have to know it. Like when you're on a diet, right? You're like, I like treats. I eat like my diet stuff. I can tell you easy. Like I'm a little midnight snacky. I like.
This is the problem, right? This is my bad habit.
Must admit, we have to come out of denial.
Yes, it is a river in Egypt that I
don't like to cross.
No, I like flow on it daily, right? So I would say one of my weaknesses is food, right? And it's not even like the healthy food. So I have a tendency not to cook. Like I was telling you right now, I don't even have a stove in my house, which is a whole other thing. I will get one today. But I really, even when I had a stove, I just didn't cook a lot. So
you could eat raw. You can eat raw, and that would be great for you.
You know, I have, and this is gonna sound weird, but when you eat raw food, you have to chew a lot. Have you just like recognized how much you have to chew?
Okay, we're about to squirrel off of finances.
So much.
But but the chewing is actually what helps get to satiety. So that chewing mechanism and the saliva is what helps get to satiation.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah,
good for you.
this is the part, like, discipline for me on this day. I really have to work on it. Laziness. I just sit there, like, eating celery. If you
Does
count how many times you actually
peanut
have to
butter.
chew to finish, I was eating that yesterday. It's good, but then I'm just like, man, I am still chewing. I
Mhm.
can't even believe it.
And that's
Okay.
good because you're gonna get full and you're gonna feel like you had to put work in. That's good.
So yeah, that's one of my bad habits is I eat a lot of fast food and it's not filling. So even when I kind of think about and relate it to even my finances and what I tend to spend money on,
Uh-huh.
right? You want to spend money on things that grow, that are nutrient dense,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
So really recognizing that I what I can do very well is save money.
Oh.
Um, but what I want to work on is that money that I save, making it grow.
Mhm.
Because right now I have money that's sitting in a savings account that isn't growing at a quick enough rate.
So let me tell you, I just put my money in. This is not, we're not getting paid by nobody,
Mhm.
but I put my money in an account called Genius Bank, Genius. I started at a 5.25% rate.
That is
They
amazing.
just lowered it because the rate changed a bit to 505. But still, I mean, at B of A, I was making like a penny every third year.
Yeah, so my account that I have right now, I think is at 4.25.
Oh, nice.
And the
Yeah.
highest that it has gotten maybe like 4.6.
Uh-huh.
So
Well,
it
check
should
out
be in that saving.
bankrate.com, the money market account.
Uh-huh.
Those are really good. They show you kind of like what's right. And it took me a little while to get comfortable with like only an online bank, but that's it. I wanted to just interject real quick on the spending money on fast food. I shared with you offline that I've lost like between 100 and between 80 and 100 pounds in the last like 7 years. I had the gastric sleeve. Um,
And you look great, by the way.
you, but I had a face for radio.
I
Um,
not stop it.
but one thing I learned a lot of things about weight loss over the years, and I've always luckily been athletic. I used to eat when I got up to my highest weight, it was from a lot of eating out.
Mhm.
And one thing that I learned about our body is that there's this hormonal sac in your stomach that makes a thing called ghrelin,
Mhm.
Gherlin, and it is the hormone that links to your brain, and it interacts with your foods and the chemicals in our foods to almost act like a craving, like that's what triggers your craving. And the more foods that you eat with chemicals in them, they're kind of meant to make it to be addictive. So things like, you know, the chips and things with a lot of soda, a lot of chemicals. Those things are actually just as addictive as drugs can be.
Yes,
And so, it is a struggle kind of in the beginning because it's almost like you're taking yourself off of an addictive drug
right.
because, cupcakes or candy or, all these things can be addictive. So I've really had to learn over time, like how to, and luckily when I had the sleeve, they cut out like 80% of my stomach.
Mhm.
And that hormone factor, that tox. So it helped reduce the cravings a lot.
Yeah.
But it does, like all things, it takes discipline. So I've definitely, I love cooking. My mom and my father were very big on cooking. My grandfather too. So I come from a cooking kind of family. I'm the kind of person that like, oh, we can make it better at home. I could, I can make it cheaper, better at home. So I'm lucky in that regard. I think my bad habit is that saving isn't really natural for me. I'm always
Yeah.
kind of like supported myself and um I don't know, like, I think I was put off a lot of, up until recently, but even I feel like it's kinda late. I need to just get over it, like, you are where you are and just doing as good as you can.
Mhm.
But, most of my, like, my 20s and 30s, for sure, there was, like, no saving mentality. I don't know, it was, like, party and push and just have a good time. I think that I'm kinda like my dad in that regard, like, he was really kind of a fun guy, and would do like it was very YOLO. So I could be that a little bit. So I'm trying to just like, think of like what's the middle ground. And, like I said, I got the house, but it's like, okay, well, I want it to be comfortable. I want to have planned vacations and not just like, oh, throw it on a credit card.
Mhm.
Um, and then my other bad habits financially, I feel like I'm being honest. Sometimes I have to write on my calendar, go check the mail because I know there's going to be bills in there. And I'm like, I don't want to see them.
Yeah.
But so I put it on my calendar, like I go every Sunday and I just pray about it before I go out. Like just, give me the wisdom and the ability to like just take care of things I got to take care of. I know what's coming. Most things are automated, but still it's like, just in case, there's always that something in there. And so
Yeah.
that's a bad financial habit, I think. Paper clutter is the other one for me. And then just the discipline of having a spreadsheet with all my expenses and tracking them every month and setting a goal, the discipline of the math, right? So
Right.
what am I doing to get, to get to that actual number? But my good habits, I know like I'm really good at making money. And as I said, I love real estate and I feel like this is a great space to make money. I'm a good planner. I'm not always the best executor. I tend to like sometimes be a little squirrely, but when I fixate on something I want, I will work really hard to get it. When I knew I wanted my house, I was like, okay, I need this much down. I'm gonna get this rate of my loan. I can afford this. I just like turned into like this total financial planner. So when I'm motivated for something, so I think I have to recognize that that's like a thing for me, that I have to maybe have like a goal in mind, in front of me that I can really work to and see that it's tangible and not just like, oh, at 70, it's going to be $1 million in the bank. Like, because that doesn't seem too far away.
Right.
So I think it's like baby steps and like, that realistic goal maybe is like a good habit I can.
And you can tell just even in this list and how you are actually engaging with this content, there is some intention and even like what you were saying, the planner part of it. Because I wouldn't even have thought you paper clutter as a financial weakness, girl. How much paper I got just stacked up somewhere?
Well, I mean, it is just like, why do we have it? It's either you automate your bills and then, it's like, well, do you need paper clutter? So it's like, what are we hanging on to? And I think that is, I think that I wouldn't call it hoarding, but it's kind of symptomatic, right? I know it goes back to that childhood mentality. I think my mom was like,
right.
you might need it. Go look at it. And it's like, you don't really.
Yes.
Or then I think, oh, I got to shred it before, and that's probably true.
Yeah.
You got to get it shredded. But like, what if I throw something away that I didn't actually mean to throw away? But it's like, what do you really need? Your birth certificate, your driver's license, your passport.
I do that. I have right now in my trunk paper that I need to shred, but my city, and this is how cheap I am. I'm very cheap. So my city is doing a free shred event. So instead of I was gonna go to UPS and pay, but you have to pay like $2 a pound, which is not a lot. But I was like, do I really want to pay $2 a pound for you to shred my paper? So I'm gonna go to this event on Saturday and get rid of it. But it is.
I have trust issues, so I just feel like, I want to watch you shred it.
So I think like all shredding events that I have done before, you watch them shred.
Okay.
So you can bring like a bag or a box. They give you a limit of how many that you can bring. Then they have the shredding company there and then they put it on the truck and then it gets shredded.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm hoping that's how it is.
Maybe if we have a link in a bio, we could put like some shredding events.
Yeah. And just real like different free things. Because yes, your girl loves to do free things.
You know what I'm good at? I've become, thanks to my nieces and nephews, I don't have children. I have 13 nieces and nephews and 4 godchildren. Some of my nieces and nephews have lived with me over the years. And the ones that have are very like environmentally conscious, very 2 of them are models. So they're very like, diet and health intense. And so I've learned a lot from them, but I think they've also inspired me to be much more mindful about the environment. So I am very anti-plastic. I don't buy bottled water at all anymore.
That's good.
So
because pretty soon it'll be illegal.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And like I store things only in jars. So like I keep like spaghetti sauce jars. I'll reuse those and I put my salads and stuff in them. So I'm really into like reusing glass, especially, and just like keeping things. So okay, well, I feel
Yeah.
like
Were you
it's
done? I feel like I kind of cut you off because when I heard that paper clutter, I was just like, ooh, I feel attacked, but not really. But yeah, because I got a lot of paper clutter. But okay. So you said making money. You're really good at making money. You're really good at planning. Um, yeah.
I think it's I don't mind. Like I when I fixate on what I want, then I will achieve that goal. But sometimes I just like bop around. So I just gotta be like more mindful about like you're getting to X. But that why has to be really strong for me. Like when I really wanted a house,
Mhm.
I was like, that's gonna happen because I really wanted it. But
Yeah.
certain things, if it's just like, oh, pay a bill, like it just seems like a penalty, So I'm like,
Right.
ugh. So I could automate more things, but anyways, like there's good and bad all over the place.
Yeah.
I like saying about need is related to how badly you want to be a good steward of your finances and your desire to be successful in this area.
Mhm.
With this desire, you'll take the necessary actions to get your results and do the hard work. Exactly what I was just saying.
Right. And I've found like even in just kind of reflecting on this, I don't get very passionate about a lot of stuff. There's very few things that I'm very passionate about. So yeah, this like just even in this activity, and I'm very blessed to know you because I see, just the fire, and it's just like, "Ooh, yeah, I need to get inspired to
Thank
do
you.
to do more because yeah, you have opened my eyes to some certain things where I'm like, I wouldn't even gonna put that down in that category.
That's why it's good to have a partner and things.
Right.
Yeah.
My accountability buddy.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Well, I think we've covered mind, your money, intelligence, need, and discipline. Hopefully that's a good start. And there's a couple questions for takeaways. If you buy the book, you can see them and start them for yourself.
Right.